All right, let's talk about something that shows up in your life every single month, but can feel like it's written in a totally different language, your credit card bill. By the time we're done here, you won't just understand it, you'll know how to use it to your advantage and sidestep all those expensive mistakes so many people make. Have you ever opened that first credit card statement and felt like you needed a secret decoder ring just to figure it out? Yeah, you are not alone. And honestly, it kind of feels like it's designed to be confusing. But don't worry, we're about to make it all make sense. So here's our game plan. We're going to break this down into 5 easy parts. We'll kick things off with the billing cycle itself. Then we'll crack the code on those 2 different balances you always see. After that, we'll uncover the secret to paying 0 interest, the grace period. Then we'll cover the single most important rule for paying your bill. And finally, we'll tie it all together with how this affects your credit score. Okay, let's dive right in at square one. You have to understand your monthly billing cycle, because this is really where the whole story begins. Everything else builds on this. So just imagine your billing cycle is like a shopping cart that's open for about a month, somewhere between 28 and 31 days. It all starts on the statement opening date. And for that whole month, your credit card company is just tracking everything you do, every coffee, every online order, any payments you make, it all goes into the cart. And then you hit this statement closing date. This is the big moment. It's like the checkout line closes. Your issuer totals up everything in that cart and bam, that final number becomes your official bill for the month. Okay, so this next part is where so many people get tripped up. When you log into your account, you see 2 different balances, right? Statement balance and current balance. What's the deal? They mean very different things, so let's break them down.
First up, you've got your statement balance. The best way to think about this is like a photo, a snapshot in time. It is the fixed amount you owed on that exact closing date. It's set in stone. That's your bill. Then you have the current balance. This is totally different. It's like a live video feed. It's a running total that goes up and down with every single purchase you make in real time.
Let's make this super clear with an example. Let's say your statement closes on December 28th and your balance is exactly $48. That is your official bill. But then the very next day, you go buy something for $10. Well, your statement balance, it's still going to say 48, but your current balance will instantly jump up to 58. And that $10 purchase, it just rolls onto next month's bill. Simple as that. And really getting that difference is everything, because it unlocks the absolute best, most powerful money-saving feature of any credit card, the grace period. This is your secret weapon for never paying a single dime in interest. So what is it? Well, the grace period is basically this amazing window of time after your statement closes, but before your bill is actually due. During this whole period, you can pay off what you owe without getting hit with any interest charges. And check this out. It's not just a couple of days. By law, it has to be at least 21 days, and a lot of times it's even longer. That whole chunk of time after your statement closes is your interest-free zone. Which brings us to the big one, the payment due date. You can think of this as the finish line. It is your absolute final deadline to pay that statement balance in full if you want to dodge those nasty interest charges. The cool thing is, it's almost always the same day each month, so you can set a reminder and just be done with it. All right, so we've got the timeline down. Now let's talk about the most crucial part, actually paying the bill. And listen, there is one super simple rule here, and it's what separates people who use credit cards smartly from those who get trapped in debt. When you get your bill, you're going to see 2 main options. First, there's the minimum payment. And honestly, you should just think of this as a debt trap. Seriously. Paying it keeps your account in good standing, yeah, but every penny you don't pay off from your statement balance starts getting hit with massive interest. The only move, if you want to be smart about this, is to pay the full statement balance, every single time. Okay, if you forget everything else I've said, please remember this one sentence. This is the golden rule of credit cards. Always, always, always pay your full statement balance on or before the due date. You do this, and I promise you, you will never pay a cent of interest. And this is a perfect time to just completely destroy a huge myth I hear all the time. You might have heard someone say, oh, you need to carry a little bit of debt and pay some interest to build your credit score. Let me be crystal clear. That is 100% absolutely false. Paying banks interest does not help your credit score one bit. So why is all this so important? Well, because these little monthly habits have a huge long-term impact on your financial health, specifically your credit score. Just look at what makes up your score. That huge purple chunk, 35% of your entire score, is just whether you pay on time. That's it. And that blue piece right next to it, another 30%. That's all about how much you owe. You add those together, that's 65% of your credit score that is completely in your control. So that amounts owed part, that's mostly about a term you're going to hear a lot: credit utilization. Now, it sounds complicated, but it's really not. It's just the percentage of your available credit that you're using. And trust me, lenders are obsessed with this number. And it's super easy to figure out for yourself. You just take your statement balance, that number we talked about, and you divide it by your total credit limit. So if your statement says you owe $100 and your credit limit is $1,000, your utilization is 10%. That's all there is to it. So where do you want that number to be? Well, the lower the better. Anything over 30% and lenders start to get a little nervous, and it can pull your score down. But the real pros, they live down here in the green zone, under 10%. Want to know a little trick? You can actually make a payment before your statement closing date. That way, the balance that gets reported is super low. It's a simple hack with a big impact. And last but not least, I have to give you a serious warning. Never, ever, ever miss a payment. It is the single worst thing you can do for your score. Just one payment that's 30 days late gets reported, and it can tank your score by over 100 points. I'm not kidding. So please set up autopay, put a million reminders in your phone, do whatever you have to do to make sure you are never late. So there you have it. At the end of the day, a credit card isn't good or bad. It's just a tool, a really powerful tool. And now you know exactly how it works. So the real question is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to use it to build something great for your future, or are you going to let it get you into trouble? The power and the choice is all yours.